Guys, we're here with something new. We're doing a hypothetical because we've been doing these, we do these all the time, and we decided to just start recording them because I think it'll actually be a fun idea and we'll make them content relevant. So today we're talking about what would happen if the Left 4 Dead 2 Special Infected were dropped at a battle royale scenario. And we're talking like,
What is all the way on the right?
that's just like a super thing. We're talking about like they're dropped in like a city street and forced to fight. They know they're fighting. They know that this is the goal is to kill each other and only one comes out. The tank is not included in the first round because it seems a little too obvious to pick the tank, makes it more interesting. There will be a special tank type after this. So let's discuss. Now this isn't like a debate between everybody. We all can agree. There's a good chance we might agree. So let's talk about this. So I think the best way to go
Can
about
we
this is let's talk about
can we just
who would
put
be
an
the
error here? Boomer's done.
as I
Boomer's
say.
absolutely
No,
done.
no, he's elusive. He could last out. He could outlast someone. He
We're
could
gonna have
outlast.
to be
He
He's
honest
could
here
gonna
because
outlast.
this is
explode.
never gonna end.
He's gonna explode.
As I say, if we talk
Um,
about let's talk about
They
who's
don't
going.
have range. No, they don't have ranged in him. They got to get up on him, and he hides. He's the only
Charger is
special
going to
infected that like
charge
hide.
him in the
Yeah,
stomach, and
we
he's dead.
if this isn't a city street though, there's not much to hide. He can
No,
hide
I'm
in an
not
alley,
changing it.
but
He
oh
does. He
no,
gets up
no,
this.
no, hey, I didn't. How am I changing it? I just said they drop into a big city street and they're forced to fight.
Yeah, there's buildings he could hide in.
Okay, well, my whole point is we were
And then
supposed to
you've
start.
got a little frenzied loser like the jockey. Like he's gonna be running out, and then all of a sudden the charger comes at him and just pummels him into the wall. The jockey's out first. Let's be for real.
I don't agree. The jockey I think is actually gonna be pretty hard to catch for most of these special infected. I think I don't. I think the jockey has no route to victory, but I definitely don't think he's the first one eliminated. I think it's the boomer or the spitter.
Dude, the spitter? No, no, no. That acid is gonna kill something before it gets close. You're forgetting it's got range. None of the other ones have range except the smoker.
Spinner is also very slow and immobile, though.
But it hides.
Yeah,
It
but you could
positions
like argue
itself
the
well.
same for like the smoker.
Yeah, this I there's definitely like a hierarchy
Honestly,
here,
the
but
smoker's.
who
I feel like the smoker's got far more of
Okay,
a disadvantage
if
because you gotta
all the
he's
stand
got a pretty
still
bad
and
chance too.
aim the ton.
if uh
Keep in mind,
if there's
guys, hold on, hold
if
on,
all the buildings are locked, then the boomer's outlast.
hold on.
Or
Keep
he's
in
out
mind,
first. He's out
everybody,
first.
this is we're thinking this in like the lore of the verse sense, not in game, because in game, like Hunter pounces you, you're just dead 100 to
Well,
0.
the hunter can miss.
We're counting this as like in lore, like what it would be. I okay, we have to come to an agreement here on who we think the first one out would be.
Fine, the boomer's out.
I think that's a
Well,
to me, I think
I guess all the buildings are locked and you can't hide anywhere.
I would well, I said it's a big city street, so, like, yeah, you could go into a building, but again, we're assuming that
Honestly,
they're trying to
Boomer's
kill
out.
each
I
other.
feel like Smoker's next. I feel like Smoker's next.
I honestly, now that you mentioned it, I
I
kind of
feel like
agree.
especially with something like the Hunter, which is like a hard counter pretty much.
Because like, the spitter actually is interesting because, we'll add him to the low chance tier. Do you agree, Nathan, that the smoker would be really bad in this? 'Cause I don't know how he would really do almost anything. He's
Depends, can you get
basically
on the roof? If he gets in the roof, he wins.
they can technically climb buildings from what we can
Well, like the
see.
Hunter's like a hard counter.
No,
The Hunter
well, he
can.
can't. The hunter can't jump that high on top
They
of a
can
city building.
They
yeah, in the trailer, he does
all
leap
of them
from
can
rooftop to
climb though.
rooftop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
as I
could
said,
climb, but the smoker is he hides well. He hides better than the boomer.
the smoker
And
is
like,
kind of good at
are we
staying
assuming
on.
the infected are smart enough to hear the audio cues of the
I
smoker
would say
going
that
this?
no, there wouldn't be. Well, yeah, like I would assume they would be like aware of their surroundings because like they
Are
seem
they
pretty
smart enough to
intelligent.
know that that's what that means?
I don't think they would know it's a smoker. I think they would know something is there. I still don't
I
see.
I think
I
the
think
smoker
he's.
could get some. I think he gets some picks. I think he can get some picks, like someone's op in mid.
I mean, I could see him like grabbing like a jockey and strangling it. I could
Okay,
see that,
at most
but
smokers taking out jockey.
but but at the same time, the smoker. I don't think the smoker's gonna be trying to go full attack mode against a jockey when there's
The
so much other.
smoker's like the smoker's like a weird one. Like he's got a 50% chance he can win the whole thing if he really plays it right.
I see. The only thing is, I don't know how. Like, I think a hunter is just too fast for a smoker to deal with. It depends.
Well,
We don't
if the
necessarily know
hunter's
how good the
crawling
tongue
around and
is.
he doesn't know the smoker's there, he can get him.
It also depends if
That tongue is
the
like
hunter
instant.
depends if the hunter is aggressive too, because the hunter could be trying to jump the charger right in the beginning. There's that to
No,
consider. Like,
the hunter is this is the most smart special infected He's not gonna go for the charger first. He's gonna go for the jockey.
Or you could end up just taking out the boomer and the spitter, because I think well, then again, taking out the spitter might be harder than
Well, the
we think it
spitter is
is.
the second, um, has, like, the second least health out of all the special infected, so
It does, but I feel like that acid in a lore sense would probably be pretty ridiculous. Like, if you got blasted with that, it's gonna start melting through you pretty quickly. Because, like, I like to think that expert damage is pretty much what the real special infected damage would be. Like, if a tank punches you, it's probably going to incapacitate you instantly. If a hunter's ripping your guts out, you're gonna die pretty quickly. I think if a spitter actually spit acid on you, it's like mutated acid, that would be ridiculously corrosive. And, like, these zombies are already pretty fragile as it is, except for, like, some of, like, the specials. Like, something like the hunter, I don't know how you'd handle getting blasted with acid. At the very least would affect them, I would think, but I don't know. I personally think the smoker would go next, but I think it's a big gap between boomer and smoker. And I think that after that, you'd have to
Yeah,
consider that
definitely.
the next one would be a pretty but, who would you guys have? Would you say smoker would we agree that the smoker is next, or do we think it'd be someone else?
I think the smoker would be next.
yeah.
I'd say we
It's
put him
either
in
just
the low chance. I have a tier here, low chance to win. Like, there's still a chance it could happen, but I think they have a lower odds than the rest. Does that seem pretty fair?
yeah. Next out,
That's where it's
think
harder here.
I feel like it might be the hunter.
Really? I feel like the hunter's a heavy hitter because, like Nathan pointed
He's
out,
I feel
he's
like
very
the
smart.
spitter.
intelligent.
I feel like the spitter can easily like melt it with acid if it gets too close, which it has to get close to do damage. Jockey is far too erratic in its movement,
Sure,
and
jockey and
I think
lord probably
Charger
hard.
Yeah, the
Charger is almost like a
charger. Okay, you gotta think though, like they're all fighting. So like the hunter, he can wait it out. Wait till the jockey's dead, because the hunter is or the jockey's getting caught by the charger. He's gonna jump on the charger, and the charger gonna do that punch. That punch does like 40 damage.
Well, and also the
Even
hunter
if he doesn't
isn't like
charge you,
a game hunter where he has a jump cooldown. Hunters, have you guys ever seen the original Left 4 Dead trailer? I mean, the hunters can literally bounce off of rooftop to rooftop like they're Spider-Man. Like, they're not exactly limited as much as they are in the game. So
I feel
he
like it's
could.
either hunter or jockey.
I feel like it's everybody but the charger. But
the witch is winning the whole thing. But
actually, I forgot about the witch. The witch would be pretty brutal. Like, 'cause
I
she's
mean, she
got
also has those big
she's the second
claws.
strongest one here.
she's also relatively tanky for being as skinnily lean built she is. She's not like as squishy as like a spitter, even though she's built. And then she's pretty fast. She has no way of dealing with flying like Hunter flying around off the walls. Like, I don't know, like a spitter or a jockey would get cut down by a witch pretty easily. This
The
is
witch
where
is
it
also
gets
like
a
the second fastest one here.
fair chance. We're in the I would say anybody else in this belongs in the fair chance tier. Um
The jockey is the next one out, bro.
Jockey's also really dumb. Jockeys are one of the like, the least intelligent special infected. They really will just run at you and start trying to jump you. And if you start shooting them, they'll just and then you if you knock them off, they don't run to escape. They just start whacking you. So we'll put the jockey up. I
The
don't
jockey is
agree.
pretty fast.
I don't agree with the hunter take. I do think that they're really smart, but they're also extremely aggressive. I think right here
They
it's
know
either,
when to jump.
I
Like
think
they
it's
crawl
either
around and they jump at the right point.
they're pretty smart. Like I said, if you look at the lore one, they will stalk. They will stalk, they will wait, they will bide their time, and they will jump when they jump only when Lewis is alone in that trailer. So that's something to go off of. I think that
I think the spitter's out next.
do you think the spitter would go in good chance tier or fair chance tier?
Fair chance, because the second one of the other special effect to get on it, it's dead.
I could live with that. I think the spitter's just not durable enough. I think it would cause a huge problem for a lot of other ones. I think fair chance is mostly because if it is able to avoid being attacked right away, it can kind of just like kind of play off in the corner and start dealing damage from a distance and not be caught up like in the fray. But like if it comes down like all of a sudden these things are just let's throw intelligence out the window. They're all just jumping on each other. The spitter is going to be one of the first ones to get popped. It really depends how the game plays out. That's why we have chances here, not just like somebody wins. But I think the spitter goes in fair chance. I think. Do we think the hunter's gone next?
Yeah. If he goes to pounce on the charger's gonna punch him off just like a survivor would. So
Yeah. Plus he's
he's
not
not
gonna be
gonna
able to
get.
pin the charger. He might be able to like jump on him like he like on his back, but
I
like
don't know. Can the charger get up if he's knocked down with that muscle imbalance?
I don't know. You never really. There's no way to knock a charger down until it's dead, so it's hard to tell. We've never seen one fall over. They seem to just have like insane contact balance. It's like they're like it's hard. It's hard to knock one over. All right, this is where it gets tough though. If it's down to these like final three, who takes the win?
Out
The
of
witch.
Which charger? And we could
I
still say the
mean,
hunter if you
it
think
relies on.
you
Okay,
could
actually, no, the
disagree, Brody.
charger.
If
The
you
charger. The charger. Because the witch is the least aggressive. And if the charger lines up his charge before the witch is even aggroed and he gets the charge, she's dead.
well, we were saying that we were assuming they know they're trying to kill each other. So would the witch be like
But
psycho already?
you can rewrite the witch's nature. The
um,
witch needs someone to aggro her to target him. That's lore accurate. She only attacks those that attack her or piss her off.
that's true. That's
That's
true. That is
true.
lore.
If a
It does only
charger's
attack when provoked.
the question is, if a charger we're talking like a charger pins a survivor, it's pretty hard to get away. Would a witch be strong enough or dangerous enough to cut its way out of a grab? Because
Maybe,
a
but think
witch is
about
a
it.
lot
If she's
stronger
at
than a
the
regular
other if she's at
person.
the other end of the block,
I don't.
now is this a
I
sitting
feel like
witch or
probably
a
not.
wandering witch?
I feel like probably not because by the time she's already like, by the time she's grabbed, she's already going to be being slammed into the floor multiple times, where she's
That's
kind of just going to
true.
be getting ragdolled
Well,
to the
And
point where
you
she
gotta
can't
think.
even
You gotta
fight
think.
back.
Okay, the witch can be staggered, so the
damn, yeah,
stun
true.
and he charges her, and then he's pinning her to the ground. Her arms aren't long enough to reach to his body.
Only way to really stagger Charger is for him to miss his charge
Well, and if you
and
take
like a wall.
If
going
you hit
off
him
of a
with a
little bit of
grenade
game
launcher, you can
sense,
stagger any of them except the tank. I'm pretty sure.
going off a little bit of
Okay,
game
yeah,
in game sense,
grenade launcher is an exception.
if you take a bat and walk up to the charger and whack it in the head, it doesn't die. It takes multiple melee hits to the face to kill a charger. So like it's not like the witch if she's kind of scratching him a little bit. It's not like it's going to care. It's not going to be enough damage to make it drop her. Plus,
It doesn't drop you
taking
until it's dead.
taking a little. Well, I'm thinking like logically in lore, like if you cut the charger's arm off, like it's like in like Left 4 Dead 2, you can't dismember the special infected, but like take a katana and slice off the hunter's arm. You probably could. But the witch also the witch actually I think would lose points in a real life scenario because I think the witch is more durable just for game balance. I think her actual special infected profile in real life would probably be a lot less durable than the game version. She really does just look like a regular infected. It's kind of hard to tell, but you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't think she'd be 1,000 health, 10 times as strong as the hunter if this was real. I think she would just be extremely
The
violent, extremely
charger
dangerous.
wins unless the witch is already aggroed.
Yeah, I'm gonna say best chance to win. We'll say best chance because I still think obviously it's not a guaranteed lock, but I think if I had to bet money, I'd bet the charge. All right, so that's our take on that one. Now let's do the other one. All the special infected, one of each. City block versus the tank. One tank. Expert. We'll say an expert tank, I guess.
They lose. There's too many for them to be able to synergize properly.
So you're more in the camp of the numbers is almost are a
Now,
disadvantage.
if it was a spitter, a hunter, and a charger, they could do it.
Well, I think I kind of get what you're saying because like if this like for example if the jockey tries to jump on the tank and the
He's gonna
hunter
take the
starts attacking
jockey.
the tank,
He's gonna take the jockey, put it in a ball, and then throw it at the smoker on the roof. He's dead. He's gonna throw the rock at the spitter. She's dead. He's gonna pick up the witch and rip her in half, and then throw like a double like fastball at the boomer on the left. Boomer's dead. and he's
Yeah,
gonna
this
hit the
thing
hunter at
can,
mid.
like,
He's gonna hit the hunter mid
throw
jump.
cars into orbit.
The charger
Not
is gonna
actually, but
charge at him, and he's
Pretty
gonna like
much,
he's gonna
though.
grab his charging arm while he's charging him, rip it off, and then feed it to him.
Well, I try to think, like logically speaking, like you said, like the tank has some balancing things in game, but we know he can smash cars across city blocks. So if like the jockey jumps on the tank and the tank grabs it, he really can't just like power bomb it on the ground and kill it instantly.
You got to think about it like Left 4 Dead, like in the game. If everyone swarms the tank, you like strength in numbers, right? Everyone's swarming the tank. No, he can get you all easily. But if you have someone shooting in the back, like the spitter spitting on him, you have someone kiting him, like the hunter jumping around him but not near him, then it makes it 10 times easier. And you just got the hunt or the charger for extra firepower.
Yeah, your best bet would be to bait it and like have the spitter just keep blasting it with
And
acid
you
and
can offer the
eventually
boomer up.
melting it
You could offer the boomer up as bait to
or
distract
blinding it.
or to
Yeah, with
blind
with
him.
bile. Like, but again, they're not going
I
to
So
would
do
are we
say
that.
I would
assuming
say
that in this
I would say
scenario,
this
wait.
I would
Are
say
we
this
assuming in this scenario that if the boomer explodes,
no
other zombies will come and maul the tank?
We'll
no.
say that there are no commons because that would make it a little hard to. That honestly, I mean, the
Yeah, the
tank can
tank
just
killed them all before.
think when you bile on a tank though, you'd have to probably throw about 5 to actually kill it.
Well, yeah,
So
splash damage.
I don't necessarily know if it would really do. Like you said,
Okay,
I
but
don't.
like yeah,
They can't
I
synergize at
think
all.
I think the spitter acid is a stronger Molotov, so I think if they just let the spitter keep hitting shots on him, then they could kill him pretty quickly.
So eventually it
Then they
would
gotta
melt
come in
enough
for
to
the
where
spitter.
its muscles would just like stop working, or like it would at least be disfigured enough to slow it down. Like we don't know. Like if the spitter blasted in the face with acid, it's probably gonna go blind, and it's just a raging meatball. but, but I don't know. Like you said, is there's no realm in which these special infected coordinate that much. Like because if you ever watch like in game, again, we have to go kind of off in game too. Special infected will coordinate in the way of like if a hunter pounces you, a jockey will go, okay, that guy's accounted for. That's it though. They will try to like attack you and take advantage of each other, but if it's one big target, they're just going to be jumping on it. A smoker is useless against a tank. You might slow it down for a couple seconds, but it's probably just going to pull you off the roof. The witch is going to get just like backhanded. Like watch your tone. Instead, fly like flying across the street. I just don't see a realm. Like the spitter is the best asset, and again, they're not going to coordinate enough for it to matter. She's going to end up like blasting the hunter or something. It's going to jump on. She's going to end up blasting the hunter. I think I think we have our answer. Does anybody disagree that the tank would win, or do we have any arguments against that?
No, the tank no diffs.
Yeah, I think it's probably correct. All right, guys. Well, that is our hypothetical on Left 4 Dead Special Infected versus. Stay tuned for another one coming pretty soon of similar zombie variants or infected variants with your Resident Evil Battle Royale hypothetical. That one's gonna be a lot longer probably because there's gonna be way more characters and humans included and
Bro,
a
how
lot
is it
more
gonna be
stuff like
longer
that.
when we already know who's winning?
I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be kind of complicated because you're gonna have like human characters with like intelligence. You're also gonna have bioweapons and like what happens when Usanak shows up? Like, who wins?
Wesker
Like,
just goes, and he just one shots him because Wesker's the strongest in the verse.
we're gonna have to pick a version of each one. It's gonna be the hard. That's gonna be the
There's
hardest
their
part.
strongest version.
Yeah, but let's save this for next week before we get on another 20-minute tangent. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye bye.